Bonjour amigos, welcome, and this is Blitzboy HD.
Oh my god. I wasn't recording this whole time. I have to start from the beginning. Yes, in this video I'll be explaining the difference between atheism, materialism, and naturalism. I'll be explaining them in alphabetical order. Firstly, what is atheism? Atheism is the lack of belief in a deity, or a god if you prefer. Now, not all atheists are the same. There are different types of atheists. A baby who simply cannot understand what a god is, that person is by definition an atheist, even though the parents might say, well, he's a Christian or he's a Hindu or he's a Muslim or whatever, right? Belief-wise, that child cannot understand the idea of God and is technically an atheist. Secondly, you also have atheists. Atheists are people who do not believe in God because they believe the word God doesn't really have a coherent definition. And thirdly, the most common type of atheist is an agnostic atheist. Now, you often get people who consider themselves, they say, I'm an agnostic, but I'm not an atheist. But a lot of the time, they are atheists. You see, agnostic and atheist are not mutually exclusive. Agnostic refers to knowledge, whereas atheism refers to belief. So it is possible for you to be both an agnostic and an atheist. It is possible for you to be an agnostic and not an atheist. You can be an agnostic deist. You can be an agnostic theist, although those are more rare. The common form of agnostic is an agnostic atheist, and also happens to be the most common type of atheist. Now, all of the views that I mentioned before, oh yeah, I forgot a fourth one. There's also another one, is people who have never heard of the concept of God. It's related to the first one, but it's not the same because you do have various tribes who haven't heard of God before. So these are all people who would consider atheists who lack a belief in a God. These are all negative or soft atheists, as opposed to hard or strong atheists or positive atheists, people who don't just lack a belief in a God, people who assert that there is no God. Atheism, as we mentioned, is simply a lack of a belief in a God. It should not be interchangeable with irreligious. You do get atheists who are religious just without believing in God. You have many Hindus, many Buddhists, many Jains, you have many atheo-pagans. Many people are atheists and are still religious. They are not, remember, there is more to religion than belief. And that's about all there is to atheism. I mean, there is obviously a lot more, but definition-wise, that's about it. An atheist is simply someone who lacks a belief in a God. It is not a worldview. The next two are, and we'll get to them now. Okay, materialism can refer to a couple of ideas, as I understand it. The first is that everything is a result of physical matter, and that everything can be explained through physical matter. It isn't the idea that everything is made of matter, right? Because I have heard this objection before, that, you believe materialism is true, but you're using logic. Logic isn't made of material. It's not made of matter. And you'll say, yeah, materialism isn't the idea that everything is made of matter. It is the idea that everything can be explained and is the result of matter. Obviously, if you take the matter out of it, if you take the people's matter that makes up people's minds out of it, in a materialistic view, the laws of logic will be gone by then. A bit like removing baseball players from a baseball game. The laws are there, but only as long as the players are. You remove the players, and the laws are gone. Now, materialism is normally contrasted with immaterialism, which is the belief in an immaterial realm, or spiritism. You, of course, do have many atheists who are not materialists. For example, like I mentioned, that many followers of Indian religions may not believe in a God, but can still believe in a spiritual realm, such as Buddhists. You also have people who are dualists. Dualism is the idea that there is a physical realm alongside a spiritual realm. And this is the most common one among the atheist followers of the Indian religions, or dharmas as we call them. And last in this video that I will discuss is naturalism. Naturalism is the idea that everything can be explained through nature, that everything is made up, that everything works according to the laws of nature. Now, something that is natural can be contrasted to two different things. Something that is supernatural or something that is artificial. But those two types of natural are not the same. Okay, so artificial or man-made is when you use the laws of nature to create something that you wouldn't really find without human intervention, like say this video or a laptop, this mic, or even artificial breeding. But every time we make those things, we're not changing the laws of nature, we're not creating any laws of nature, we are simply following them, albeit intelligently. This is opposed to something that is natural, that follows the laws of nature, but unintelligently, such as natural selection, as proposed by Charles Darwin. Hopefully by now we all believe in evolution, even if we follow a religion. Now, both of these can still be considered natural, as in obeying the laws of nature, as opposed to supernatural, something that is above the laws of nature. Now, this can be very tricky because we don't know whether something is truly supernatural or when something is simply above our understanding of nature. For example, there was a time when things like the wind was considered supernatural. But as our knowledge increased, we've realized, no, there's nothing supernatural about the wind. It's a natural phenomenon. Right now, there are many things that are considered supernatural, like the origins of life. Morality is sometimes considered supernatural. Then there's also the fine-tuning of the universe is sometimes considered supernatural. I don't believe in any of them to be supernatural, but you often do get apologists who use them as cases for supernatural. So let's do a quick little recap of the video. Atheism is the lack of belief in a deity or a god, if you prefer. Materialism is the idea that everything is a result of matter and that everything can be explained through physical matter. And naturalism is the idea that everything functions according to the laws of nature. This has been Blitzboy HD. In the next video, I'll be discussing how Christianity is organized. Why exactly there are so many different churches and different names. What does it all mean? So stay tuned for that.